Hello again to my YouTube channel. So today in this session, I will show you how we can create in our class or our customer dataset. So because we know in a world of data, we are facing a huge thousands and thousands of records. At this time, we need to just to trade in some samples to create in our model, test it, and set accuracy and all these things. Because if we working in huge data at this time, we're gonna facing the problem of sources. Well, today I will show you how we can create in our class just to creating our samples. So the first thing we can do here is to import the packages that we need to create this model. So we can work with a pythorch. So we import pythorch, sorry, and we need some data to see how our class work. Okay. So in this second cell, as we see with me, we are creating our customer or our custom dataset. So to do that, so in Python, of course, we I use this keyword class. I give the name of my class here, this custom dataset. Anyone want to know much in Python? We can go to my playlist of Python. I discussed that before by little. Well, I create class and I create my init function. So inside of my init function, I create in two variables. The first one is data. Okay, self data equal to data, and self data is equal to targets. I create two variables, and the second function here is to see or discover the chip or the length of our data. For this reason, I create this length. I return the data the chip of my data. And third function here is to get the item based on same index. So here I use just index side of this get item function. Well, I created two other variables. Well, the first one is for simple, so current simple equal to self data. Inside of this data here, I want some indexes. I want to start from some indexes and return all the data. So the same thing for target. Have current target equal to self targets of some indexes. Okay, so we want just to choosing some symbols. To do that, we need this kind of things. Well, the return of this get item will be like dictionary. So as we know in Python, one of the famous and important data structure we have is the dictionary. And inside of this dictionary, we have keys and values. So here in our case, simple is a key, and as a values, we have these I try to convert this current simple as a teaser in pythorch. So to do that, I using this torch.teaser current simple here. This is the simple that I chose in my simple data or in my dataset. I want to make it a float as a float. I convert it to a float. To do that, we can just using this attribute we have inside of this function of teaser. The type equal to turret float. The second key here is target. Target is tor.sensor. Current target. The type torch is log. So here the type that we want is depend of data we have. After discovering of all the data at this time, we cannot tracing the type that I want in my final logic. Okay, I hope this code is clear. Maybe it's easy. Okay, it's not complex. Well, so to use or to apply or create some instance from these classes, I need some simple. So in my case, I import my classification. So from the sklearn is famous packages in Python. Okay, sklearn we have this set. So because inside of learn we have this, we have a lot of data set just to make some training. So in my case, we are tracing this make or make make classification is a binary classification problem. Okay, here after applying this function, so inside of this, I chosen just a few records. It's 1,500. Maybe that's enough for training and try to see how this my class work. Okay. So after running, this is the data we have. So as we see, we have two array. The first array contains the data here, and the second one is the target, okay, with brackets. So it's a integer number between 0 and 1, okay, or 0, 1, okay, and because it's binary classification, so we have just two values in this array, 0 or 1. So after that, I need to create in two variables. Why? Because as we see, we have two array. I need to store each array in separate variables. So for that reason, I create two variables here. The first one is data and second one is targets. So data target is equal to make classification, number of samples here, same functions, okay? And after that, I run in the data. This is the values that we have inside of this variable of data. This is the array we have. And second one, the targets is this vector of numbers of 0 and 1. Well, to see and discover shape of my data, I can just using this shape function or shape attribute. Okay, and we have 1,500 cross 20. I mean, we have 1,500 row and 20 column. Also for targets, we can check in the shape by using this function of shape. Okay, and we have 1,500. Okay. Well, we can now using our class just by creating an instance from this class. And to do that, we are just using some variable and create an instance from this class. So we have custom dataset equal to custom dataset here. Inside of that class, we have two variables as we see before. Okay, we check our init function. We have two variables. We have data and targets. So the same things here. So the data custom data inside of that we have data equal to data. Call this data here. That's what we create from this make classification. And also for targets, the same thing. Targets equal to targets. I mean, I use the data of my classification inside of my class. So we now just to check the length of our this instance is 1,500. Same number of samples we have here. Okay, well, if we continue here, so we are gonna check in. So here in this custom dataset from this instance, we can use any index I want. So in the first case here, I use in 0. So after running, this is the data returned. Okay, and the target is 1. Also, if I assign the new index is 1, for example, I get another different samples. Okay, if we compare between 0 and 1 here is totally different. Also, we can assign another indexes 0, 2, for example, and I get another different sample. Okay, here to check the length of each dataset they have after assigning the new indexes, it's 20. So by applying this function to length, customer set 5 sample is 20. I have 20 sample here. Okay, and also for the target, this is which target we have, 0 or 1, because as I tell you before, we have binary classification. So that means we have just two values, 0 and 1. So in first case, we have so after assigning these two as an index, here we get in 0, and after assigning 1 is 0, and after assigning 0 is 1. Okay, well, also, so we have ability to loop over all the dataset we have here because we're creating this instance from this classes just to extract some samples for training in our new work. After we are creating our new work at this time, we can using this kind of concept like class that's it just to train our new work. That's what we kind of see in the next sessions. And just to apply or print all the data we have here. We cannot just looping over all the seed just by using this for loop. As we see here, we have for e in a range of all the customer dataset we have here. Custom dataset, sorry. We printing the custom dataset with this index e because e is loop over all the data we have here, and this is the result. We apply all this data we have here in this. We apply all the symbols we creating using this make classification dataset. Okay, so that's all. So the purpose for this session is I show you how we creating our custom dataset because that is very important. As I told you before, in every work, we can facing thousands or million of records. At this time, it's not impossible to work in all for this dataset. We need to extract in some sample, try to creating our model. After creating the model, so inside of this dataset, we try to discover the pattern and make our model more efficient. Okay, more efficient around this dataset. Okay, so this is the target. The custom dataset just for training our new work. So we are working in pythorch. I will show you how we can create our new work. But after creating the new work, we need some data to make or to train this new work to work with our dataset. We can just using this kind of things. I mean, creating our class of custom dataset. So I hope that's clear for you. Okay. Happy learning for anyone and see you in the next session. Bye bye.